Hey guys, good morning, good Sunday morning to everyone. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, and everyone else that's already subscribed, like the video if you have not done so already. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot to talk about this morning. I mean, everything is just breaking loose, and it's coming. It's coming, people. And I'll tell you something. The timing of this is not a coincidence. The timing of this is actually quite amazing. Quite amazing. I was just checking my feed. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, including this treason that was just uncovered, and the actual media are reporting this morning by Hillary Clinton, her campaign, and others. A whole bunch more, and we will take calls later in the stream, okay? We started taking calls on the stream yesterday, and we're going to do the same today. My name is Brian Craig, if you don't know me already, and if you've not seen my content, I promise you're going to enjoy it and have a good old time. And what better way to wake up on a Sunday morning to treason by the Democrats against President Trump. You know, when President Trump was on the campaign trail in the first campaign, and he came out in front of Trump Tower and said, Obama's spying on me, what did they do? Oh, what's he talking about? Leslie Stahl interviewed President Trump right before the election, and he brought this up to her. There's no evidence, which there was. And now, John Durham. Oh, man. You know, John Durham, there's been times, and I don't know if you guys feel this way too, but there's been times when I felt like, does John Durham even really exist? Does the guy really exist? You know, he's been in place for a long time. We don't hear from him too much. He doesn't have press conferences. He's not walking in front of TV cameras all the time like most of these other people do. And then, boom, you wake up and you find out that the Clinton campaign are in big trouble, that he's found that they have committed treason. Well, good morning if you're just joining us. And this story's all over the place, but the only reason I'm sharing the version from Fox, because this story is being reported all over the place. But I just kind of like the picture that they had on the Fox News website this morning. So that's why I'm going to start with this version of the story. You know, and we'll go through a couple different accounts of the story, because maybe we'll pick up a piece here that wasn't there. I don't know. But I like this, huh? Yes. Trump Tower, the White House. So let's go. Hillary's narrative. See, you know, what's different about this, it was bad enough when they were spying on Trump Tower. I mean, that was criminal and all of that too, and there's a lot of scandal involved in that. But this involves espionage against the sitting president of the United States of America, and they were looking into Trump Tower and the White House while Trump was in office. That's treason. That's espionage. I mean, this is at the level where people, you know, well, we'll see what President Trump has to say about it. Anyway, Hillary's narrative: Clinton campaign allegedly paid to infiltrate Trump Tower, White House servers to link Trump to Russia. Yeah, to link Trump to Russia. See, there was no link. So they had to go out and do all these illegal things to try to make a link. The espionage that was going on was on their part. So let's go through this story. Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump Tower, White House servers to link Trump to Russia. Tech Executive One and his associates exploited this arrangement by mining the EOP's DNS traffic and other data for the purpose of gathering derogatory information about Donald Trump. Now, at this point, it's not just Donald Trump. It is sitting president of the United States of America, the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump, which takes it to a whole new level. You know, and it also really goes to show you how the political establishment and all those people connected to it never truly recognized President Trump as the president. They just don't. They don't think they were doing anything wrong because they don't believe that he's deserving of the office. But Madam Hillary is, right? Oh, man, I almost don't need coffee. This news is so exciting. I almost don't need my morning coffee to wake up in the morning. So let's go. Lawyers for the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate, isn't that a word, huh? Servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House. I mean, this is like, in War Games when Matthew Broderick's character was hacking in the government servers. When you hack in, try to hack in to a White House, and how are they doing this? For them to try to hack into the White House, and we'll find out as we go on, were they successful? There have to be people involved that know how to access the White House computers. So this isn't somebody in trouble. This is a lot of people in trouble at very, very high levels. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Lawyers for the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House in order to establish an interference and narrative to bring to government agencies linking Donald Trump to Russia, a filing from Special Counsel John Durham says. Oh, my goodness. Give me a thumbs up if this news is, exciting to you. A thumbs up. Are you excited? Or is a thumbs up too difficult at this hour of the morning? How about a 1? Give me a 1 if you're excited about this story. Forget the thumbs up. You can do that too, I guess. A 1 or a thumbs up. We'll take those both as the same if this story has you excited. Oh, man, I'm beyond excited. Durham filed a motion on February 11th focused on potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman. This guy's in all kinds of hot water. Who has been charged with making a false statement to a federal agency. Sussman has pleaded not guilty. Well, don't they all? Right? OJ pleaded not guilty. Pleading not guilty doesn't mean you're not. Oh, man. The indictment against Sussman says he told the FBI General Counsel James Baker in September 2016, less than 2 months before the 2016 presidential election, that he was not doing work for any client when he requested and held a meeting in which he presented purported data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communications channel between the Trump Organization and Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin. Oh, there he is. See, this is the one thing about Durham that, doesn't he look like, in this photograph of Durham, doesn't it look like those pictures, you go to a fair or an amusement park and you take those pictures, with your wife, and you look like a gunfighter and his lady back in the Old West? This looks like one of those pictures except in color, doesn't it? But John Durham's filing on February 11th in a section titled Factual Background reveals that Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least 2 specific clients, including a technology executive, that's Tech Executive 1, at a U.S.-based internet company One, and the Clinton campaign. Durham's filing said Sussman's billing records reflect that he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work on the Russian Bank One allegations. And they paid, I'm sure. Oh, my goodness, they paid. That's like when, these lawyers and that are involved in this, they're Democrat operatives too, okay? And they would do this almost like pro bono because they make a lot of money outside of this particular client, okay? That are all Democrats or political establishment people. You understand what I mean? A law firm like this is hooked up with the entire political establishment. The reason that they bill Hillary Clinton's campaign and take that money is to have proof that Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton's campaign were paying them to do this so that they're tied to them. You understand what I mean? It's like, they want everyone to know that they were doing this very specifically for Hillary Clinton and her campaign. And don't you love how Bill Clinton is always left out of this? You know, Bill Clinton knows as much about this as it's going on in real time. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Obama knew. Who all knew? You know who I wonder, too? Jen Psaki was in the Obama White House. I wonder if she knew. I don't know. But that's why he did the payment, just to make sure that people knew I wasn't going rogue here. I was working for Hillary Clinton. That's why he billed them. Because I know some people will probably say, well, how stupid. Why would they do the billing? Because the attorney, the law firm insisted on it. They're like, if we get busted, I'm not going down alone. We need a paper trail here. Because if it wasn't for this billing and payment from the Clinton campaign, it would just be, he said, she said. Now he's got the proof. The filing revealed that Sussman and the tech executive had met and communicated with another law partner who was serving as general counsel to the Clinton campaign. Sources told Fox News that the lawyer is Mark Elias, who worked at the firm from Perkins Cole. Durham's filing states that in July 2016, the tech executive worked with Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by Law Firm One. Why are these people getting all these protections? I want to know who the tech firm is and law firm is. On behalf of the Clinton campaign, numerous cyber researchers and employees at multiple internet companies to assemble the purported data and white papers. In connection with these efforts, Tech Executive One exploited his access to non-public and or proprietary internet data, the filing states. Tech Executive One also enlisted the assistance of researchers at a U.S.-based university who were receiving and analyzing large amounts of internet data in connection with a pending federal government cybersecurity research contract. They have so many people involved in this. I mean, there's like as many people were working on this as were working on the Apollo program in the 60s. My goodness. The reason why there's so many people involved, they never thought there would be anyone would find out. They thought all this work would result in the people turning against Trump and Mrs. Clinton walking into the White House, and all this stuff would disappear. So they didn't really do anything to cover their tracks. Tech Executive One tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an interference and narrative tying then-candidate Trump to Russia, Durham states. In doing so, Tech Executive One indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at Law Firm One and the Clinton campaign. Oh, yes, here they are. She's wearing white, so you think she's a good person. Oh, poor Bob Dole over there. Look at that. Durham also writes that during Sussman's trial, the government will establish that among the internet data Tech Executive One and his associates exploited was domain name system internet traffic pertaining to a particular healthcare provider. Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, what did Biden's people know about this? What did Biden know? Biden was vice president at the time that a lot of this happened. Oh, man, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everybody, please hit that like button. And also click on the notifications. Clicking the notifications, all that stuff helps spread to the YouTube algorithm that you guys like my content, like my channel, and recommends my videos to more people that may not have discovered this channel yet. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see here. Durham states that the internet company that Tech Executive One worked for had come to access and maintain dedicated servers for the executive office of the president as part of a sensitive arrangement whereby it provided DNS resolution services to the EOP. Tech Executive One and his associates exploited this arrangement by mining the EOP's DNS traffic and other data for the purpose of gathering derogatory information about Donald Trump, Durham states. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. The filing also reveals that Sussman provided an updated set of allegations, including the Russian bank data and additional allegations relating to Trump, to a second agency of the U.S. government in 2017. Durham says the allegations relied in part on the purported DNS traffic that Tech Executive One and others had assembled pertaining to Trump Tower, Donald Trump's New York City apartment building, the EOP, and the aforementioned healthcare provider. In Sussman's meeting with the second U.S. government agency, Durham says he provided data which he claimed reflected purportedly suspicious DNS lookups by these entities of Internet protocol, addresses affiliated with a Russian mobile phone provider, and claimed that the lookups demonstrated Trump and or his associates were using supposedly rare Russian-made wireless phones in the vicinity of the White House and other locations. The special counsel's office has identified no support for these allegations, Durham wrote, adding that the lookups were far from rare in the United States. For example, the more complete data the Tech Executive One and his associates gathered but did not provide to Agency 2. They got to start naming names. It's getting very confusing. Tech Executive 1, Agency 2, Healthcare Provider 1. Reflected that between approximately 2014 and 17, there were a total of more than 3 million lookups by Russian phone provider 1, IP addresses that originated with U.S.-based IP addresses, Durham wrote. Fewer than 1,000 of these originated with addresses affiliated with Trump Tower. Durham added that data collected by Tech Executive One also found that lookups began as early as 2014 during the Obama administration and years before Trump took office, which he says is another fact which the allegations omitted. See, this is interesting because a lot of you may forget about this. Why was Obama so involved with Trump back then? Well, if you remember, President Trump, before he was president, when he was just the host of the Celebrity Apprentice and The Apprentice, which were great shows that I wish they would rerun or stream. I love that show and miss it a lot. But if you remember, President Trump was working with Sheriff Joe Arpaio looking into the Obama birth certificate issue. Do you remember that? So the reason that they were, and he, there was talk of him running for president back in 2011, but this Obama looking into Trump, because he was always talking about, should I run? In fact, I once saw President Trump on the Celebrity Apprentice, and they introduced all the celebrities for that season, and one of them was Nene Leakes. Remember Nene Leakes from the Housewives of Atlanta? And she was on, what was that musical TV show she was on? I forgot. But he said, what do you think, Nene Leakes? Should I run for president? Remember that? You know, he would. It was a narrative on the Celebrity Apprentice, and because of the Obama birth certificate stuff that he was looking into, Obama hated Trump. Okay, just hated Trump. So that's where a lot of the Obama connections come from, that personal concern and vendetta. All right. In his meeting with Agency 2 employees, the defendant, this is the attorney, and this attorney's going to sing like a canary. This attorney, he's not going to do 10 seconds in jail. He's going to sing and tell everybody he's a big snitch, which is a good thing. He should be. He was, allegedly doing crimes for a lot of very big people. In his meeting with Agency 2 employees, the defendant also made a substantially similar false statement as he made to the FBI General Counsel, Durham wrote. In particular, the defendant asserted that he was not representing a particular client in conveying the above allegations. In truth and in fact, the defendant was representing Tech Executive One, a fact the defendant subsequently acknowledged under oath in December 17 testimony before Congress without identifying the client by name, Durham wrote. Uh-oh. President Trump reacted to the filing on Saturday evening, saying, Durham's filing provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign in an effort to develop a completely fabricated connection to Russia. That's right. These are the words of our great 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. This is a scandal far greater in scope and magnitude than Watergate, and those who were involved in and knew about this spying operation should be subject to criminal prosecution, Trump said. In a stronger period of time in our country, this crime would have been punishable by death. Trump added, in addition, reparations should be paid to those in our country who have been damaged by this. That'd be General Flynn and others. And all of us, too. Don't you think that you and me and all the MAGA people, we've been damaged by this as well? Oh, my goodness. Would you guys like me to take some calls? Would you like to call in and share your feelings on this? I'll give the number out in a minute. If you want to call in, let me know. Yes or no? Would you guys like to call in? Where am I? Okay. Trump added okay, I read that. Former chief investigator of the Trump-Russia probe for the House Intelligence Committee under then-Rep. Devin Nunes, oh yes, said the filing definitely shows that Hillary Clinton's campaign directly funded and ordered its lawyers at Perkins Coie to orchestrate a criminal enterprise to fabricate a connection between President Trump and Russia. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to put the phone number. I'm going to put the phone number in the chat room. And you guys can give me a call live on the show. Okay, let me just type it in. Let me just type it in. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. Okay, the number is 561 453 0328. It's a new number, guys, so I don't have it memorized yet. 561 453 0328. Yes. And I'll pin it. I will pin it to the top here. And if you have any thoughts on this investigation, anything you want to share, any excitement that you're sharing with me, feel free to call in. Okay, where am I? Per Durham, this arrangement was put in motion in July 2016, meaning the Hillary Clinton campaign and her lawyers masterminded the most intricate and coordinated conspiracy against Trump when he was both a candidate and later president of the United States, which, by the way, that's where you get into the treason aspect. When he was, just doing this to a private citizen or someone running for president, hardcore felonies. But when you're doing this against the president-elect and the president of the United States, now you're talking about treason. And you know what I wonder? Are these different charges, right? Is there a charge for doing this to a private citizen and candidate? Is there a charge for doing this to the president-elect? And is there another charge when you're doing this to the sitting president? Because it seems there's all kinds of different levels here. I mean, this is the largest political scandal that has ever been exposed in the history of the United States. I just put the number. I pinned it right there if you want to call in live here on the stream, 561-453-0328. Let me go back here. Okay, now let me just read the beginning of this paragraph over again. Per Durham, the arrangement was put in motion in July of 2016, meaning the Hillary Clinton campaign and her lawyers masterminded the most intricate and coordinated conspiracy against Trump when he was both a candidate and later president of the United States, while simultaneously perpetrating the bogus Steele dossier hoax, Patel told Fox News, adding that the lawyers worked to infiltrate Trump Tower and the White House servers. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. I mean, what were they thinking when they did this to the White House servers? I mean, what could be going through their minds at that point? I mean, that is. I mean, we are really in a new spot here. Oh man. The anti-Trump dossier, authored by ex-British intelligence officer Christopher Steele, commissioned by opposition research firm Fusion GPS, was funded by the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign through the law firm Perkins Coie. Oh, my goodness. This is just a great morning, people. Patel added that Sussman relayed the false narrative to U.S. government agencies. See how many levels of crimes there are here? There's like this indictment, these charges would be like the New York City phone book in the 70s, right? Big, when it was big, thick, and then maybe a few of them. Sussman's indictment is the second prosecution to come out of the Durham probe. And then this other one that went on before is, we didn't think we were going to get too much out of that one. And then here's the Daily Mail. Trump accuses Hillary Clinton campaign of treason after special counsel John Durham said they paid tech firm to hack into his White House and Trump Tower servers to find ties to Russia. This is the beginning of the end, people. This is the beginning of the end. And I'll tell you, there certainly probably is some truth to the idea that this is coming out now because Hillary's teasing that she wants to run for president again. There certainly probably is a connection between the two of them. There's no doubt about that. Oh, man. I just want to take a moment to tell you guys about MyPillow. You all know. You guys all know that I'm a MyPillow guy. And you know, when you go to MyPillow.com, the specials I'm telling you about, you'll see this window pop up. You can save an additional $10 off the prices I'm going to give you right now. So when you go to MyPillow.com, right here at the top, type in our promo code KANE, that's Kane at checkout, and it'll show you all these incredible specials, like the MyPillow itself. This is what started it all, people. The MyPillow. I have the MyPillow. I've been sleeping on the MyPillow for several years now, and I'll tell you, the pillow that I sleep on is the one I originally got, which was like 3 years ago, and it's like brand new. These things, everything Mike Lindell makes is high quality and built to last. Now, the regular price is $69.98, but with our promo code KANE at checkout, Kane, just $19.98. That's a great deal, isn't it? Now, here, I also have these, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. Oh, man, you'll love these. Got 4 sets of these. We got 2 flannel sets and 2 regular sets. They are just perfect, wonderful sheets. And with our promo code KANE at checkout, Kane, 60% off. What a deal, huh? As low as $39.99. Yeah, that's right. Mike Lindell is sending thousands of pillows, actually, to the truckers in Canada. Thousands to them. The MyPillow My Slippers. I have the MyPillow My Slippers as well. And I have the tan moccasin slippers with the promo code 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. That's a great deal. And I also have the MyPillow bathrobe. And this is the one I have right here, the gray one. My wife has this one, the white one, but they've got all these colors in. And with our promo code KANE at checkout, 30% off. My dog and cat, we have 2 of the MyPillow pet beds. And, you know, with our promo code, great discount on those as well. And then if you click here, this is a special I got to tell you about. If you go down here and you see this, Mike Lindell with our great American flag, you click that on. There's some really good specials here with our promo code, okay? Now, here's a big one. These are the same MyPillow towels I have. This is the color that I dried off with this morning when I got out of the shower. Now, the 6-piece MyPillow towel set, regularly $109.99. With our promo code KANE at checkout, Kane, save over 70% off, just $29.99. That's a great deal. It's 6 pieces, all these different colors. My wife, if she hasn't already, is ordering the purple for our other bathroom. But these are the ones that we have right now, this color. Over 70% off, just $29.99. This is a great deal. And you can see this is a flash sale, which will be disappearing. Take advantage of it while it's there. And this other one, this is the big one, okay? You don't want to miss out on this because this is a discount that you may not see for a long, long time. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper, which I sleep on each and every night, with our promo code KANE at checkout, 50% off. It comes with a 10-year warranty, and this, you know, I showed the video of mine yesterday, and it was absolutely just a life-changing experience getting this MyPillow mattress topper. You will sleep better. My wife's back pain with it after one night just disappeared. And 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, Kane, is an incredible deal. Now, whatever specials you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. So go and do that. Oh, man. Yeah, so Trump accuses Hillary Clinton campaign of treason. This is in the Daily Mail. After special counsel John Durham said they paid tech firm to hack into his White House and Trump Tower servers to find ties to Russia. Well, if he had all these ties to Russia, shouldn't they just automatically be there? You know, and it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Oh, by the way, yeah, this Main Street Moments, that's my wife. And this is a link to our T-shirt shop. We've got some new T-shirts. In fact, I was going to show in just a bit, but my wife made this new T-shirt. Look at this. Corn Pop was a bad dude. She ordered me one of these. I like that. Yeah, and the link is right there in the chat. I know, don't you guys like that? Corn Pop was a bad dude. That's right. That's right. And Biden was there. You know, it's amazing. You know, here you have Biden. All this China collusion that's out there with all the others too, right? I mean, there's a book out about it right now. And it's all there. It's all verified. They brag about it. And no investigations into that, but Trump, Trump does nothing wrong, and they do investigations that are illegal to try to create a false narrative. Where was I? Okay, let's get back to this. This is the Daily Mail. Trump accuses Hillary Clinton. I know I read this before, but I just like reading the treason again. So, Trump accuses Hillary Clinton campaign of treason after special counsel John Durham said they paid tech firm to hack into his White House and Trump Tower servers to find ties to Russia. Yes. Hillary Clinton's lawyer worked to infiltrate Trump Tower, White House servers as well. The claim was made in John Durham's investigation, which brought charges against an FBI attorney and a former Hillary Clinton campaign worker. Donald Trump reacted on Saturday, saying those involved were guilty of treason. He also added that such behavior would previously have resulted in execution. John Durham was appointed by then Attorney General William Barr to lead a review into the Russian investigation. Dan Duncan, $20 super chat. Thank you, Dan Duncan. And everyone, please thank Dan Duncan for that $20 super chat. Yeah, I did pin the call-in number there, but I'm going to pin the Corn Pop T-shirt link. And we got other T-shirts there, too, by the way. Let me replace that pin. And by the way, if you want to call in live on the stream, the number's 561-453-0328. 561-453-0328. That's our call-in number. Okay. Trump's supporters believed officials in the Obama administration looked to sabotage Trump's candidacy in 2016 and later his presidency. That's true. I mean, remember when Trump came out in front of Trump Tower and said, Obama's spying on me, and the media laughed? Well, now we know. Trump said Durham's investigation would reveal the truth. That's right. Durham's investigation brought charges against an FBI attorney and a former Hillary Clinton campaign worker. It also led to the arrest of a Russian-born spy charged with lying to the FBI. Special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation yielded no evidence of criminal conspiracy. After Mueller's investigation, Barr appointed Durham to investigate the origins of the FBI's original Russian probe, which began in 2016, and it goes on. And I'll tell you, they're in big trouble here, people. They're in a lot of trouble. And the reason they're in a lot of trouble is this attorney. And I was talking about at the beginning of the first article from the Fox News website. The attorney, they got the connection to the Hillary Clinton campaign because he billed the Hillary Clinton campaign and they paid him, okay? And the reason he did that, and one of the charges he has is when he had told the investigators, he lied to federal investigators saying that he wasn't working for any client. And the reason that the attorney, Sussman, that you're hearing about, the reason that he billed the Hillary campaign and took payment is so that he had a paper trail that would prove that he was working for them. You know, for an attorney to really be working for someone, some money has to be exchanged. It can be $1, you know, and I'm sure this was more than $1. So that's why he did that. He, you know, an attorney like this at one of these law firms doesn't need or necessarily want the Clinton campaign money, because they get paid with all these other Washington establishment people. They're working for, like, you know, the whole Washington establishment. But Sussman billed the Hillary Clinton campaign so that if he ever got busted, like he just did, he would be able to show prosecutors, law enforcement, and the court, well, wait a minute, I was working for Hillary Clinton. I was working for Hillary Clinton's campaign. Here's the proof. I did all these terrible things. I billed them, and they paid me for it. So because he's low-hanging fruit compared to the big cheeses here that were really involved in this. So he's looking to make a deal right now. That's what that's all about. And it couldn't happen to nicer people. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I am so excited, guys. I cannot tell you. Oh, you know, I wanted to share this with you. Oh, we'll take a call. All right. Welcome to the stream. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Robert Penson, Kentucky.
Hey, Kentucky. You got to speak up a little bit, Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, I was wanting to call you because I just wanted to make a comment. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear you.
I always wanted to make a comment that Hillary, her favorite color, and I've always thought this would be her greatest color, would be bright orange.
Bright orange? I think they need to invent a new color jumpsuit. A Hillary in orange? Yeah. Yeah. I know. Does this story?
Man, I said for a long time, all they need is one songbird. You're going to see people fall like dominoes.
Well, now we've got a new level of crime. We have the textbook definition of treason, because they were doing this on President Trump's White House. They were now, this law firm was spying for the Clintons on President Trump while he was in office, while he was in the White House, going into White House servers, or at least attempting to do so. So we're at a whole new level that we've never been at before. I mean, this is hardcore treason, and someone like this guy Sussman, he and the people around him, which would be like his assistant, other attorneys that were working with him, you think these guys, these tech people, they're going to go to prison for treason, which carries that's a death penalty offense? Are they going to face the music for that and be in a supermax cell for the rest of their lives for Mrs. Clinton? There's not enough money to bribe them to do that.
How much you want to bet that the former president of the United States knew all about this?
Obama?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I was talking about it earlier in the stream. A lot of people forget about this because they don't like to talk about it. But when Trump was still hosting The Apprentice, he was working with Sheriff Joe Arpaio on the Obama birth certificate issue. And Obama was actually forced to produce the certificate. He had a press conference about this because of Donald Trump. And Obama, and he was talking about running for president way back in 2011, okay? So Obama had definitely a vendetta for a long time against Donald Trump. So yeah, he was, and Trump came out and said, Obama's spying on me, right? Remember during the campaign?
Yeah.
I wonder.
You know what? I bet they tied this all the way back to him, because this happened before he was ever running for president.
That's right. And in fact, I think the earliest that I heard in that article that I just read, I think was 2014, and that was Obama. And they're not doing a spy operation like this without top-level people like the president approving of it.
No. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be the thing that I think is gonna blow all this open.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for Trump at his next rally is just to read the Durham report. Kind of like what I'm doing this morning.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine what that would be like?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know, I try to call in the Steve Kane Show, and I can never get through anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What's the problem?
I don't know. It goes immediately it just goes back to bump, bump, and I mean, it rings like one time, and then it just cuts off.
Really?
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll
Well,
try to
we
call
were
him.
having some phone problems at the radio station last week. If you cannot get through this week on the Steve Kane Show, send me a DM on Twitter with your phone number, and I'll look into it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
I'll
I
check into it
appreciate
because I look into the radio station phone servers, and I'll do some. I'll get Sussman. We'll investigate.
Yeah, yeah, he'd probably do about anything right now.
See, this isn't, what this guy's charged with isn't something where you get suspended from practicing law for 6 months or a year.
No, this is treason.
It's treason
against the sitting president, and it is punishable by death.
It can be. Now, do you agree with me that Sussman billing and taking payment for the Hillary Clinton campaign was just a way to make sure that if he ever got busted, he could say, "Look, Hillary hired and paid for me to do this"?
Absolutely. They have a bad history of people that cross them. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He was looking out for himself, coming in behind.
Well, I tell you, you're the second caller to my live stream. I took a call yesterday for the first time, testing it out, and I kind of like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is good. It is great, man. I appreciate it.
Well, take care, man. Thanks for the call. Don't forget, if you can't
day.
get through on the Steve Kane Show this week, send me a DM with your phone number on Twitter, and I'll look into it.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
All right, take care. All right, thanks for the call. Now, if you'd like to call in, the number 561-453-0328. 561-453-0328. All right? One more time. I don't have the number memorized myself, okay? 561-453-0328. I'll put it here in the chat if you would like to call in. Right here. 0328. Okay, there we go. All right, there she is. That's the number. All right. Oh, man. Exciting stuff. Now, I wanted to show this to you guys. That, liberals have really lost their minds. And there's a Twitter account that I follow, and it's the best thing on Twitter, really. Libs of TikTok. Have any of you guys ever seen Libs of TikTok? And what Libs of TikTok do is they monitor TikTok and find wackadoodle things that liberals do and say on TikTok. And this guy, he's having problems with his son. And the problem that he's having with his son is that his son has done something. He's gone way over the line. No, he didn't get a girl pregnant. He did something that this father just can't stand. He's got to do something about it. It's a big problem. And he's even questioning the job that he has done as a parent because, and I'm not kidding, his son, without his father's permission, without his father's knowledge, memorized the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I'm not kidding, okay? Well, let me take another call, and then we'll play that. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Good morning.
I'm up every morning listening to you all the time. I
Awesome.
love your show. That's all I
thank
called
you.
to say. I'm glad to say you're live. I'm glad to see we can call in and talk to you.
Great.
Keep it up.
All right. Take care, man. All right. MAGA in Seattle. That's right. Yeah. 561-453-0328. Okay. So this guy, his son, he memorized the Pledge of Allegiance. And listen to this.
Anyway. And he
Hold on.
proceeded.
It was playing there. Let me rewind it. Here we go.
Misadventures in leftist parenting. So a few weeks ago, I found out that my 5-year-old son had memorized the Pledge of Allegiance. And I found this out because he took every oddball opportunity to proudly recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Which, strictly speaking, as a parent, politics aside, was...
Oh, hold on. We'll take another call. Hey there. Good morning.
Brian, how you doing?
All right. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Bill from Pittsburgh. Perpetual
Bill.
Memer on Twitter. Did you get that Perpetual Memer on Twitter? Check your Twitter DM. I just sent you something Back
Yeah.
in 2013,
Hold on.
Maxine Waters was on BET, and she told the guy on there that Obama had a secret database of everybody in politics.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you just listen to it. It's a minute
I will.
long. Thank you. And that's all. I only have like 4 minutes, but I love you, Brian. I listen to you every day. And like I said, I'm the Grim Memer on Twitter.
I just
but I'm
checked. I
banned
got your
every other
DM.
week.
I got your DM.
You're
Thanks so
awesome.
much. All right. Thank you.
Keep
Thank
up
you.
the good work.
All right.
MAGA
Thank
for
you.
life. Okay, bye.
That's right. MAGA for life, MAGA for... All right, let me start this over, though. The father who... His son came home and memorized the Pledge of Allegiance. A guide in liberal parenting. Oh, my goodness.
Misadventures in leftist parenting. So a few weeks ago, I found out that my 5-year-old son had memorized the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh,
And I
my.
found this out because he took every oddball opportunity to proudly recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Which, strictly speaking, as a parent, politics aside, was adorable because he was extremely proud that he had it memorized. And also because he would tack on a little addendum. I pledge allegiance to the flag, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Mr. Kyle, please call the office.
Oh, the morning
Cute
announcements.
as this was, it did get old pretty quickly, and he could sense my displeasure. So we eventually had to have a little sit down where I gently explained to him that I thought it was good for him to pledge allegiance to his fellow human beings and to the ideals of liberty and justice, but that the flag and that the country were oftentimes not so good.
No.
That conversation went fine. No hiccups. However, about a week later, he's upset with me for some reason. I wasn't allowing him to watch one of his shows or something.
Oh, no.
And he looks at me and he says, Papa, I know you hate the United States of America, but I'm going to say it anyway. And he proceeds to look at me in the face and slowly recite the entire pledge. And I am, at this point, just trying not to break down in laughter at the realization that this is what rebellion looks like when you have leftist parents. And I can
Patriotism.
only imagine the coming teenage years. He's going to be 14 and insisting upon the traditional gender norms of the 1980s.
Oh, my.
And going to school wearing a George Bush t-shirt or something.
Oh, man. Wait, you know what's really going to flip this lunatic out? You know what's going to flip him out? When his son comes out of the closet as straight. Dad, I'm straight. Oh, we got to have a sit down. Got to take you to therapy. We're going to pray the straight away. Oh, my goodness, this guy. But you know what's crazy about this, okay? What's crazy about this is not that it happened. This lunatic thinks this makes him look good to go on TikTok and make a video like this bragging about this. Thinks it makes him look good. Father of the year, parent of the year, dad of the year. That's what's really scary to me. Now this one here. Now this is kind of funny. Now this is I saw this on Libs of TikTok too. Now this is a comedian that did this. He went to a local college here in South Florida, which is Florida International University. It's in Miami. And this is like a career day when companies come in to recruit college graduates to work for their company. This guy set up a table and is a representative of OnlyFans, and he is attempting to get girls from the college to forget about a career after college with their degree, but to start an OnlyFans stream and make big money that way. Listen to this.
This is salvation, ladies. 2-3 minutes of your time, ladies. All we need financial freedom starts here. What if I told you, ladies, that you could say fuck school today.
Oh.
You still earn six figures and pay your own laws. How's that sound? We don't want you to be a porn star. We just want you to have an open mind. Our motto is you get ahead by giving head. I bet your daddy will like a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado sitting in his front yard. How about that? Think about it.
Okay, now, Now, a lot of people are saying, well, so what? This guy's a comedian. This is fake. The girls are acting. He's a funny guy. This isn't real. Well, that's not exactly true. This is at a major university in Miami, Florida International University. Florida International University, I think, is where Laura Loomer went to school. And also, isn't that where the girl that worked on that Acorn video went to school too? What's scary about this is that the university allowed him to go in saying he was with OnlyFans and set up a career booth. The university didn't even stop it. And that's what's crazy to me. It's not that it's, obviously he's playing a joke, but the real joke is that a university would let something like this happen. Oh, well, what are you going to do other than, laugh and have a good time?
Misadventures.
Oh, yes, we got it. Now, I wanted to share this with you as well. Ben Shapiro has a new movie coming out. I want to play the trailer for it in a minute. But this is the second movie, I believe, that Ben Shapiro has done. The first movie was actually pretty good. I don't know how many of you had an opportunity to see it, but the first movie he did was called Run, Hide, Fight. And it was about an active shooter situation at a high school, and it was amazing. Kathy and I watched it, and we actually did a review for that movie here on this channel, and it was on our podcast, and it was a very impressive movie. Now, this is the actress who was fired by Disney. She was on that new Disney series, The Mandalorian. And they fired her at Disney because of some controversial tweets, which we'll share, and then we'll play the movie trailer. And almost immediately, when Disney fired her from a hit show, that show, The Mandalorian, you guys know about Baby Yoda and everything, is an international hit. It's a huge show. Disney fired her from it for this tweet. We'll go through this in a second. And almost immediately, Ben Shapiro hired her for this movie. And she took it, which I was surprised. But let's go through this article. This is an article back when she was fired, just to review the article. So this is February 10th of 21, okay? Lucasfilm says Gina Carano is no longer a part of the Mandalorian cast after many online called for her firing over a social media post that likened the experience of Jews during the Holocaust to the U.S. political climate. Now, this was shortly after the Capitol breach, remember, when all this happened. A spokesperson with the production company said in a statement on Wednesday that Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm with no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media post denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are unacceptable, the statement read. Carano fell under heavy criticism as she posted that, quote, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. And then she goes into some detail, okay? The actor, I guess they don't have actresses anymore. The actor continued to say, because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? And I thought that was a pretty interesting intellectual take. And she was fired for what they're calling anti-Semitism. Well, Ben Shapiro doesn't think it's anti-Semitism, and anti-Semitism is something that Ben Shapiro doesn't tolerate. Carano, who played the recurring character, it goes into this. But anyway, so they fired her, and she lost other projects, too. Sorry, guys, I can't... There we go. Oh, boy. Sorry, hold on. I can't get the screen to reduce. Hold on. Let me, 1 second, guys. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the article. I was trying to reduce the screen size. So this is the trailer for the new Ben Shapiro movie, which I thought was pretty intense. It's called Terror on the Prairie. And, and this is not Little House on the Prairie. This is something completely new. And it's pretty intense. This is not the kind of movie about the range and the prairie and settlers and Native Americans and others that you see anywhere else. So here's the trailer for the new Ben Shapiro movie with Gina Carano. Terror on the Prairie. That's her.
I'm gonna pack the wagon and take our children out of this godforsaken place.
You move, you die.
What do you want?
Your sins have found you out. And now they are visited upon your whole family.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think so. I like Ben Shapiro's movies. At least I like the first one. So if this is anywhere even close to as good as Run, Hide, Fight, we're going to be in a pretty good spot there with Ben Shapiro. He does definitely did a good movie that first time. And I'm not going to go into the whole story. I read an article about it. He hires top screenwriters, cinematographers, and professional actors. You know, in the past when conservatives have gone out to make movies, they get third-rate C-level actors, the production quality, the writing's not that great. And he's actually putting together, whatever you personally think about Ben Shapiro, he's putting together like a real film studio. And the first movie was spectacular. This one looks pretty good too. Now, I saw this on Twitter yesterday, and I thought I would just share this. This is about the Biden inflation. I mean, look at this. Used car prices up 40.5%. My goodness. Gas up 40%. And you know what's scary about this is Democrats, when they see the gas is up 40%, they think that's great because, it's so much more money now. People will drive less. They'll be polluting the atmosphere less. You know, this country was shut down for almost an entire year. Huge parts of it were shut down longer than that. The carbon emissions from the planet during 2020 were at their lowest point probably since the turn of the century before. I'm talking about like 1900. And did it end any of their global warming stuff? I don't think so. But gasoline up 40%. Rental cars, 29% increase in prices. Utility gas up 24%. Yeah, Bidenflation. Hotels, 21% increase. Furniture prices up 20%. Bacon up 18%, and I think that's conservative. Bacon's pretty expensive. Steak is up 17%. Peanut butter up 15.5%. You know, peanut butter is something that, people take for granted because it's like so cheap. Not anymore. Up 15.5% thanks to Biden. Pork prices up 14.5%. Fish up 13%, eggs up 13%, new cars up 12%, and that's also conservative because most car dealerships are selling new cars far above sticker price now, and they're not negotiating on prices. Electricity is up 11%, chicken is up 10%, and then there's one more down there I can't see because of the thing that's up on the last one. I can't read that, but this is really frightening, and what's frightening is Biden and the Democrats, they just don't care. They could care less. They really could. They just don't They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. Let me go to the top because I have some other stories I wanted to share with you guys. This here. Yeah, steak's up about 40%. Yeah. Yeah. Bacon is like Kobe beef now. I saw this tweeted this morning, so I retweeted it. And look at this. Look who's back on Spotify. Neil Young. It says he's back. I don't know. I don't know if I have Spotify on my phone. I just saw that and tweeted it, and I didn't have time to check. So let me see. Let me see if he's on there. Because this is going viral this morning. Yeah. Neil Young. All of his Neil Young Radio. I'm on Spotify right now. His top 100 hits, his greatest hits. He's got multiple albums. All of Neil Young's albums, his entire musical library are all on Spotify. I thought Neil Young was taking his entire catalog off Spotify. And you know what? Not only is Neil Young on Spotify, he has his entire music catalog. Every album he's ever released, looking at this list as long as it is on Spotify. He's making boatloads of money because how many people don't even know who Neil Young is? I barely know who he is. Okay? He's before my time. So Neil Young, typical phony, typical liberal phony. Is he even really a liberal? He's out there on this liberal high horse. He got worldwide publicity, millions upon millions of dollars in free publicity because he took his music off Spotify in defiance of them allowing that hate speech of Joe Rogan on there. And it's all there. And his music is selling like crazy. And you know what that means? That means he puts out a new album, it's going to sell like it never would sell before. That means if he plays a show, the tickets are going to be worth more money, and they're going to fill up bigger venues now. This guy, was he even back in the Vietnam? This is what you really got to think about with Neil Young, okay? When you see this. When Neil Young was in his anti-war, his anti-Vietnam War position, did he really even support that position, or did Neil Young only take this anti-Vietnam War position because it was a way to sell music like he's doing now with Joe Rogan? I think he's a phony. What do you guys think? Yeah, notoriety. Yeah, free publicity. Trying to use Joe Rogan's clout, and he's done it. He's probably always been a phony. But, the liberals, they like what he says, so they don't want to get into whether or not he's the real deal. He's Canadian, but I don't know. Another thing I'd like to know about Neil Young, I don't know this. Maybe you guys would know. Is he still a Canadian citizen, or has he become an American citizen? Because, a lot of Canadians and also Brits, like Paul McCartney, I believe, is Paul McCartney an American citizen? A lot of people that are from these socialist countries like Canada and the United Kingdom, Paul McCartney moved to New York, Neil Young, they either become U.S. citizens or they move here so they don't have to pay the socialist liberal taxes in their home country. So I don't know. Does Neil Young live in the United States? Does he live in Canada? Is he a U.S. citizen? As phony as we see that he is now, I promise you, he's found all kinds of ways not to pay those Canadian taxes if he can. That's how the liberals are. Now this fits into the treason story today I was talking about. Here's President Trump with Leslie Stahl.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course.
Well, John Durham just busted out with all the evidence. By the way, if you want to call in on the stream, we've taken a couple calls already this morning. We can now take calls live on the stream here. The number is 561-453-0328. 561-453-0328. All right? 561-453-0328. I'll put it in the chat again. I don't have the number memorized, so I know you guys don't. I just got this number on Friday. So it's a brand new number that I don't even know. There's the call-in number right there if you want to call in live. So, Leslie Stahl needs to do a retraction tonight on 60 Minutes.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course
Oh,
there
yes,
is.
there
It's
is.
all
No.
over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes,
Yes.
and we can't put on things we can't
No,
verify.
you won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't
Look, let
put
me tell
on
you.
things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied
And-
on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
That's
as
right.
a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay.
Well, you know it now, Leslie Stahl. Oh, my. Rome, Wisconsin, you have the number memorized. You're good. So do you think 60 Minutes is going to do a retraction tonight and apologize to Donald Trump? And they did this right before the election, too, so that they could get a news narrative out there that Trump's crazy, making crazy allegations. And now Durham, with his charges, has proved yet again that everything President Trump said is 150% the truth. Oh man, this is a great time. It's a great time for MAGA because all these things are coming out as we're in this important red wave season here. Now, this guy, I actually got this guy's book, Ibrahim X. And, Ibrahim X, he wrote that book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. Now, I got the audio version, and let me tell you, it is the worst book I've ever read, not because, I know I listened to the audio book, so I get listened to. And what I mean by that is not his viewpoint, which is just crazy. It is the most poorly written book by an academic I've ever read in my life. Every chapter is a repeat of the chapter before. And how to be an anti-racist means that even if you're not a racist, this is the main thesis of this guy here. And by the way, this is critical race theory. This is where the critical race theory comes from. Jack, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jack, for that $5 super chat. Everyone, please thank Jack for that. If you're not a racist, right? You're not a racist, but you don't agree 100% and are active with Joy Reid and Ibrahim X here and their agenda, you're a racist by your inaction. So everyone's a racist. This is the thesis of the book. Everyone who's not African American is racist if you're not taking part actively and agreeing with them and working with them to further their agenda. It's crazy, right? And this guy here, this is like Neil Young. Is it real? Is it fake? The University of Virginia paid Ibrahim X. Kendi, $541 per minute for a lecture. Per minute. And what's this guy got? We don't need to read through the whole story. But, like with Neil Young, right? If his position is true, right, that white supremacy and systemic racism, I would be the one making $541 per minute to speak, right? I'm not making anywhere close to that. You probably aren't either. So if his entire position is true, wouldn't you be making $541 a minute to talk? Wouldn't I be making that? And, like with Neil Young, see, there's a theme here. I put this up here because of the Neil Young story. These millionaire liberals are all phonies, like Bernie Sanders with the 5 houses and everything else. John Blake, $5 super sticker. Thank you. Everyone thank John for that. All right, let's take another call. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Dee in Florida.
Oh, hey, Dee. How you doing?
Good. I just had to call because I wanted to be one of the first 5 callers on your new live stream.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
It is awesome. I absolutely love the format. And I also have to say, the audio is terrific. I can hear all of the callers beautifully.
Well, don't thank me. Thank my daughter, Emily. She's got this whole thing
daughter
going.
Emily. I am. So I have a question about the server issue here.
Mm-hmm.
Where was this server, and could one of those servers have been in Hillary's bathroom or basement or wherever?
That's a good question. Or maybe Biden's basement. Who knows? They were in someone's basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So who owned these servers, and why was, President Trump's data flow going through those servers. I don't get it.
And I would imagine that someone kept those servers just in case they got busted so that they had something to deal with prosecutors.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see where this is going. This is huge.
I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, nothing ever happens to the Clintons." I don't think it's a coincidence that this treason story came out with a lot of detail not long after Hillary Clinton started teasing that she's going to run for office again.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, anyway, thank you so much for taking my
Well,
call.
thanks, Dee. All right, take care. Dee in Florida. Yeah, see? Yeah. Pretty awesome taking calls on the stream here. My daughter, Emily, got me set up with all this, and there's more coming. This is like level 1. We're up in the game a little bit on the live streams, here at home at least. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, all right? And everybody, please like the video and also click the notification bells. I upload a lot of content to my channel here. You see me streaming every morning from 6 till 9. Now I'm doing it on the weekends as well, streaming here on the weekends. And I also upload my podcast here to my channel that I co-host with my wife, Kathy. And with my podcast, I typically upload my podcast here to YouTube around 6 p.m. Eastern Time during the week. And when I upload my podcast, almost every single time I do it, I release the podcast on YouTube with a live premiere, which means there's an active chat room is why I do that. And we have a lot of people that join us during the podcast when I upload it who, because you can participate in the live chat like you're doing now when I do a live stream. So make sure you're subscribed, click the notification bell, and like the video, people, because that helps me out a lot. Yeah, so Ibrahim X, $541 a minute, another phony liberal. And now this is something that's very interesting, okay? I saw a story this morning that says that Liz Cheney's leading in the polls among the Republican primary polls in Wisconsin. I don't believe that at all. But this is her primary opponent, and a story came out a few days ago that Liz Cheney's husband, Valentine's Day, that Liz Cheney's husband is doing work like everybody else, it seems, that opposes President Trump with China. And, this is I know you guys out there, you work hard for your money. I work hard for my money. I do, and I know you guys, I work 7 days a week. I know a lot of you guys do. And we're just trying to work and get by. And then all of these people in our government, many of them, we don't know what they're all about, and we vote for them in the past, like, right, Dick Cheney. And you find out they're all sellouts. They're all multimillionaires many times over, selling their high office, selling out our country, using our hard-earned money that we earn and work hard for and sweat for and pay in taxes. And then you find out they're all on the take, And so Harriet Hagman, the Donald Trump-endorsed primary challenger to Wyoming GOP Rep Liz Cheney, took aim at the Congresswoman over a report this week that Cheney's husband is reaping the riches of his firm's contracts with China, despite his wife's constant calls to hold China accountable for its deadly human rights abuses. See, this is the thing about China. China, they are very, very smart people. They're very smart people. And their leaders are smarter than ours, except Donald Trump. And they're certainly more ruthless. And what the Chinese do is pretty cunning. They pay people off like Liz Cheney through her husband, which means, there's no conflict of interest. It's my husband and it's his law firm. Yeah, all right, okay. All right, so you don't use any of that money that your husband earns, right? You just live off your congressional salary or your daddy's war crime chest of money. Give me a break. But what China does is when they have people on the take, like Liz Cheney, they encourage them to come out publicly and condemn China all the time for whatever abuses they want to, except for buying off politicians, of course, as a distraction. Look, no, Liz Cheney, she's tough on China. Oh, yeah, look, yeah, she's tough. Well, yeah. She's calling out their human rights abuse. See, China doesn't care about that kind of press. They just care about getting the political favors, and it's just typical diversion. Yeah, well, we don't have to get into all of this, but that's, Liz Cheney is in big trouble over this. She's in big trouble over this because this story has been picked up all over the place. People know about it now. Now, they may not be having 30-minute-long discussions, okay, on Bret Baier about it. They might mention it, and it's a passing thing. But this story is not going away, and we haven't really gotten into the primary season yet with Liz Cheney, and this is going to be a primary story that comes out as we get into this very heated primary. But the only thing we got to be careful about, I don't know how many are running in the Republican primary now. There were 5. I don't know if that number still is 5. I'll have to look into that. But what the Republican establishment will do is they're going to put up, and they probably already have done it among the 5, fake candidates to split the anti-Liz Cheney vote, okay? So this is a big problem, you got to be careful of. If they have 5 people running, that means there's Liz Cheney running against 4. So Liz Cheney has her core support of supporters, which is smaller and smaller all the time. But if the anti-Liz Cheney votes are split 3 or 4 ways, it could take someone like Liz Cheney to a victory in a primary election. That's what they do. Okay, so that's why when Trump endorses someone, like for example in Texas, he endorsed Greg Abbott. And a lot of MAGA people don't like Greg Abbott. Okay, but Trump endorsed him. He had the rally in Conroe, Texas, and he endorsed him. I know Alan West is running. I know a lot of people like Alan West. I know Alan West personally. But you can't vote for him, even if he's your best friend, because President Trump said vote for Greg Abbott. He's got a bigger picture here, and that's what the establishment want. The establishment want the MAGA vote in these primaries divided and diluted as much as possible, like they're trying to do in this Liz Cheney race. And if Donald Trump wins every primary, if every candidate he endorses in a primary wins in the Republican primaries coming up, except this lady, and Liz Cheney wins, the media, they won't talk about every victory. They'll say, oh, Trump's rejected. Liz Cheney won her primary. That's right. So that you know how that operates. So we got to trust this woman because Trump trusts her enough to give her his endorsement. Now this was an interesting story here. In Ukraine, all right, and this is the Ukrainian president. Ukraine leader says warnings of imminent Russian invasion are stoking panic. Zelensky demands proof of Moscow's attack plans, decries intelligence reports as only provoking panic and not helping us, meaning Ukraine. Okay, here's the deal with that. Yesterday morning, Saturday morning, President Trump gave an interview on Fox News. Did any of you guys see this interview in its entirety? I happened to catch it live quite by accident. And one thing that President Trump said in that interview, he was specifically talking about Ukraine and what's going on with the Russians on the Ukrainian border. And President Trump said this. He says, it looks like an exercise to me, not an invasion. He says, it looks like an exercise to me. And the interviewers didn't get into a lot of detail with it. They didn't go into it very deeply. And in the sound bites of that interview I saw played yesterday, I didn't see them play that one. And a lot of people forget this about President Trump, but President Trump receives national security briefings each and every day if he wants them. And I think he wants them because he's coming back in 2024 and he wants to know what's going on. And he's a guy who likes the news anyway, so even if he wasn't running again, he'd still be getting them. So when President Trump says, this looks like an exercise to me, that is a conclusion that President Trump has come to based on the national security briefings that he gets, the same briefing that Biden gets, the presidential daily briefing. He gets the presidential daily briefing still. All former presidents do. Even Jimmy Carter, if he wants it, still gets the presidential daily briefing. So I think when he says it looks like to me, to be an exercise by the Russians, I think that's an educated opinion from his presidential daily briefings that he still receives. You guys let me know what you think about that. Let me give out the number again. I'm going to go a few more stories here, but let me give out the number. If you'd like to call in, please do. 561-453-0328. That's the number, and you can call me live here on the stream. 561-453-0328. That's the number. Rober139, $10 super chat. Thank you. Is that short for Robert? Rober139. Please, everyone, thank Rober139 for that $10 super chat. Thank you. The president thanks you too, sir. You were doing God's work, bringing light to the darkness. Thank you so much for this. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for the super chat. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video and click the notification bell. That helps me a lot, okay? So what I'm wondering about this, because when President Trump said that yesterday, sirens went off in my mind, and I was flipping through all the different cable news yesterday, and the media have us on the brink of war, and the media knows that war is great for ratings, and I'm just wondering if Fox News didn't really get into President Trump saying, looks like an exercise to me, because they want to keep people on the edge of their seats watching TV all day in case the war breaks out and they want to catch it live. And I think there very well may be some of that going on here, and I don't know. I don't know either way what's going on. I just know this. President Trump says it looks like an exercise. And I trust President Trump. I know a lot of you guys do. And, Biden's got a lot of problems. One of the problems Biden has is he's viewed as this feeble, tired old coot. So Biden all the time has to go around showing everybody that he's the man, that he's with it. And thank you, Ron, new subscriber. Thank you, Ron, for subscribing. Welcome. That's right. Yes. My daughter, by the way, put in these effects when people subscribe or donate a super chat. She did a great job with those. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, let me get to some other things. But I'll tell you, I trust in Trump. I know you guys do. And I don't want any type of combat. I don't want any kind of war. Lots of military movement. That's no doubt about that. On both sides, by the way. Our side. When I say us, we're moving a lot of guys over there, too. So I don't know. I know that Ukraine is questioning the intelligence, which I find interesting. Why would they be questioning it? Why would Ukraine call upon Biden to prove that this is going on? Why would they want proof? Because they've got more to lose. They no matter what, they should be preparing, right? If you're in Ukraine, you would. It's like me when I turn on the Weather Channel and there's a hurricane coming this way, we start preparing for a hurricane. So you would think you would start preparing for an invasion if you were the Ukrainian president, but he doesn't believe it. Jack, $5 super chat. Thank you. Wyoming Jack, first caller. Love your shows. Yeah, Jack was the first caller to the live stream yesterday. Very good first call, too. I got to tell you, that was a spectacular call for the first call on the live stream. Yeah, the first call could have been, conservative Doug, yeah. And I would have been like, oh, goodness, what a letdown that would be. So that the first caller was like an excellent caller. That was a good way to start the streams with the calls. Not that conservative Doug's a bad guy. He's a good guy. I've met conservative Doug, but he's not he's not the most exciting of callers. But again, if you'd like to call in, 561-453-0328. 561-453-0328. Now, a couple things here. Now, this story here, I'm so glad that this Marine Corps general came out and spoke out about this because, critical race theory in the military, people that have credibility haven't really spoken out against the critical race theory being used as a training inside the service. And this 3-star Marine Corps Lieutenant General did. And I thought he made an excellent point I wanted to share with you. Listen to this. A 3-star general has warned that teaching critical race theory in the military divides soldiers by race, diminishes our warfighting capabilities, and increases the likelihood of failure on the battlefield. The general strongly criticized military leaders and civilian commanders who favor social engineering goals. You know, the reason for that is it's unit cohesion, right? If you're teaching, I want you to think about this. If you're teaching, you guys know about critical race theory and all that. If you're teaching critical race theory and you're doing everything that goes on with that, what you're doing is you're telling all the African-American men and women in a unit that all the white people in the unit are racist. You're teaching the black people in the service that all the white people hate them. So when you're in a situation like right now, for example, we're sending all these troops over to, I saw a bunch land in Poland, right? They send a bunch of people to Poland in the service and war breaks out. I don't think it will with our troops at least, but say it does. When you have division in the ranks based on race, like critical race theory is teaching them, what happens in a combat situation? Do they help one another? Do they take risks for one another? No. What you have is you have the military fighting amongst themselves. And I know a lot of people on the left will say, well, there was a lot of conflict when President Truman desegregated the military, because if you remember, right up until the Korean War, the United States military was segregated. When the military was desegregated, obviously there were conflicts and issues and things like this. But it wasn't, what was going on in the military with desegregation wasn't this. When desegregation happened in the military, they didn't say all these people hate you because of your skin color, okay? They don't say that. They don't do that. It's a much different thing. And you send combat troops. I mean, think about this. If critical race theory had come into the military in the 90s, and then 9/11 happened, and we had a military response on the ground in Afghanistan, a mass response like we did, or the Iraq War in 91, or or Gulf War II in Iraq in 2004. If critical race theory had been a part of the military training prior to any of those conflicts, what would those wars have been like? You would find, you know what you're going to find if they continue, and this is a terrible thing, but the liberals have always been undermining the military. If they continue with critical race theory in the military, you could have a situation in combat situations where people inside a unit shoot other people inside the unit over the racial issue. It could happen. Back in the Vietnam War, the liberals were encouraging soldiers to frag their officers, kill their officers. Remember this? And this is a very similar thing that's going on now. What happens if you have an officer or a sergeant in command of a unit who's white? They're in a combat situation. They have to send some of the people on the unit ahead on some type of risky operation, which is part of military life in combat. And the black guys say, "I'm not. Why aren't you picking him? Are you picking me because I'm black? Are you having me take this extra risk to my life, Lieutenant, Sergeant, whoever, because I'm black and the other that guy that's getting left behind is white? I'm not following your order." This is a very dangerous thing that's going on, and I'll tell you, it's not by accident either. It's not. This is quite by design. But we do have Mayor Pete to save us. Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he has a plan to eliminate all traffic deaths. Does this guy... Something happened. Uh-oh. The power just went out. There's a storm going on, so I don't know if you guys can still see me or not. Yes. Yeah, okay. You guys can still hear me? It's raining outside here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell, and it's raining. Okay, so we'll get back to Mayor Pete. Hold on. Let me get back going here. Let me make sure the feed is working. Sorry about that. It's been raining almost the whole time I've been here. Okay. You can see me. Yay. I can see you guys too. Okay. Good. There was a power flash because of the rain. I don't know. Can you guys hear the rain outside? It's raining rather hard. You can see me a little 5x5. I know. But let me get back to this, and I'll talk to you guys some more about these things. It's raining. I can hear the rain in my headphones a little bit. So anyway, Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, he has a plan. He's going to eliminate all traffic deaths. What an arrogant guy. There will no longer be traffic deaths because of me. I don't even know if Mayor Pete has a driver's license or drives a car. I've never seen him drive a car. And I wonder, like you married Pete. He's married, right? You guys are married? Those of you that are married, who... You can't hear the rain. Yeah, well, see, this is a directional mic, so it's cutting out the rain sounds. I can hear it through not through the mic, but through my regular, my regular hearing of things. Husbands and wives out there, in your marriage, who drives the car? Hubby or wife? Husband or wife? When my wife and I go places, I mostly drive. Kathy will drive on rare occasions. And I think typically husbands drive. Who do you guys think most commonly drives? I think it's the husbands. Who do you think drives in Mayor Pete's marriage? Does he drive or does his husband drive? What would be your guess? Does Mayor Pete drive? Or does his husband drive? Who do you think? I bet you his husband drives. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I've never seen the husband speak. I've seen some pictures of him with his husband, but I've never heard him speak. But I just imagine that Mayor Pete doesn't do the driving. I could be wrong about that. But that's my guess, by the way. You think his husband drives? Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, here's Mayor Pete's plan. Transportation Secretary Mayor Pete promises to end all traffic fatalities. Wow. And part of that bold plan includes installing more traffic cameras. One American News reported on this. Okay. Traffic cameras actually cause more accidents. Do you know why? They cause a lot more accidents. Because traffic cameras, when there's a yellow light, people actually speed up even more, either to go through it, or, this is another thing that causes more accidents because of traffic cameras, because of the fear of the traffic camera ticket, people stop faster and more rapidly when they otherwise wouldn't when they see a yellow light. Okay, there's premature stopping at yellow lights because of traffic cameras. This is a fact. And many people, when traffic cameras were first being installed everywhere, there were studies done on this, and people talked about it because they're afraid they're going to get snapped in the camera. So actually, the traffic cameras cause more car accidents and more rear-end collisions, which are pretty rough. You get hit from behind, and it's a behind hit is some of the worst because, boom, you're getting hit hard. It's pretty bad. In fact, Steve Kane and I have a friend who passed away in 2020 who was in a rear-end collision. He was hit from the rear pretty hard by someone going fast who didn't stop when he stopped at a red light. But yeah. So, and he's going to eliminate all traffic deaths. Really? What about people that run red lights? And I saw someone in the chat made a good point too. They can end all traffic deaths by reclassifying them, right? They can do something a little different. But that's Mayor Pete for you. He's going to end all traffic deaths. That's correct. Well, listen, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining me. Oh, by the way, Ron DeSantis' wife. She's completed her chemo, and she says she's feeling great, which is awesome. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And, again, please make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you click that notification bell, and please like the video. And everyone who called in, thanks so much. And I just want to take a moment to tell you guys about Mike Lindell and MyPillow. You know, Mike Lindell has sent thousands of pillows to the truckers in Canada. They're on their way. They'll be there this week. Thousands and thousands. I got an email at the end of the week from Mike Lindell's office telling me about this. And this is an absolutely amazing thing because no one puts their money where their mouth is as much as Mike Lindell. I mean, he really puts his money for the things he stands up in. And he does everything he can to show his support. And now I'm curious, when the MyPillow trucks with thousands of pillows get to the U.S. border, will Canada let them in? There could definitely be, there could be a problem. Now, when you go to the brand new MyPillow website and you put in our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, there are huge details, or huge discounts, 2 D words, including this incredible sale on the MyPillow towel set. Normally $109.98. With our promo code Kane at checkout, just $39.99. That's a great deal. And these back here, the blue ones, these are the towels that we have. These are the MyPillow towel set that we have. My wife is ordering the purple, which I think are spectacular. But they have many more colors with these. And just $39.99 with the promo code Kane. And, of course, the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. Kathy and I have both the regular and the flannel sheets. This is an incredible price. 60% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. As low as $39.99. That's an incredible deal. Yeah, 60% off. And you will love these sheets. They are perfect sheets. And one thing I tell people about the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets is the bottom sheet so miraculous to me because, you know, on the other sheets, you can't get those 4 corners on. That last corner, you pull, you pull, you pull. And I've been making the bed so many times with the old sheets, I'm afraid my hand's going to slip and I'm going to end up against the dresser or the wall or something. With the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, they fit on each 4 corner of the 4 corners perfectly. You could do just with 2 fingers and a thumb, just boom, 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 and they fit on. 60% off. The MyPillow My Slippers, 50% off with our promo code Kane. And all the different styles. This is the color I have, although I have the moccasin fur line. And then the big sale that I want to make sure you take advantage of, because this is the lowest price you're going to see on this, and it's amazing. You click on the picture of Mike Lindell holding the American flag, okay, flash sale. Click this on, and it takes you to this page, and this is a deal that is an unbelievable deal. Kathy and I have this. I showed the video of it yesterday. The MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper. With our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, save 50% off. But you got to use the promo code Kane at checkout. Well, listen, everyone, thanks so much for joining me on my second live call-in stream here from the home studio. It's great. The calls were great. You guys are great. Don't go without liking the video. If you're new, subscribe. Click that notification bell. And those of you that are already subscribed, check and make sure that you've got that notification bell clicked too.